Hi, my name is Maru, and I'm the founder of Awakening Games, and you're listening to Awakening Games Dialogues. Okay, so today we're going to talk about the difference of karmic, soulmates, catalysts, and twin flames. Let's start with the karmic. So karmic connections, they are so intense. There's that sense of coming home. And it's not the home we actually, how can I say it? It's the kind of home we feel with the family we were brought into this 3D reality. So it's familiar to us. And it needs to feel that way so that we can really open up to this connection. So usually with these people we do have some sort of common interests, and there's this deep knowing within us that when, first of all, problems come up or traumas or pain comes up, we're still at a very beginning of our spiritual path, and usually we attract karmic relationships when we haven't healed our trauma, our inner child. And so there's this deep belief that the moment we decide to grow, equaling heal, we will lose that person. And this fear is so intense that we can grip onto this connection for dear life for a long time. So, the moment we become courageous and decide to, yes, heal, the connection probably will be dissolved. And why I mean probably is because it depends how many lessons we have in connection to this karmic soulmate, I would like to call it. Remember, the intensity is so big. The love we believe and experience is as intense, but this is the portal, this is the connection, the relationship that helps us into launching ourselves into the direction of absolute transformation, exponential growth. So, yes, karmic because it has to do with our family, our ancestral line, and many times when we meet a karmic soulmate, we do go through the awakening experience. Our awakening experience is ignited. Now, let's go to soulmates. And we might need to refer back to either one of these beautiful connections. So, soulmates are people that just make it so easy. There is no difficulty, there is no, karmic less. It's just so simple. And for most of us with these people, when we do have a twin flame, it's something so safe that, there is this inner knowing of the soul that this can't be it. It's not the good guy, like somebody would call it, although that's what we judge ourselves as. Oh, that's the good guy or the good girl. No, it's the comfortable part of me that can rest. And I also want to grow. That's that part that is missing in the soulmate connection, because it doesn't launch us, it doesn't mirror us all the darkness and shadows within us. Not that we can't grow, of course we can. But we're going to be talking about the catalyst and the twin flames soon. So, whereas the karmic, there is a sense of becoming one together because there's a lot of enmeshment and trauma. In the soulmate, we are two people. We don't need to become one, or we can feel like, being one together, or two full wholes together, but there's no sense of, there's not that clinginess and that codependency like in a karmic. Now, usually, to heal through the karmic connection, we need to actually be wanting to own the responsibility of whatever we see in the other, that we are what we see in the other, so that we don't, repeat the same lesson again with others. And sometimes we will need to go through that process because we have kind of forgotten, quote unquote, how to do it by being asleep. So soulmates, yes, soulmates is, when you just feel like you could be friends forever. That's what a soulmate is, a beautiful friend you could lean on to, they can lean on you. There is no triggering, and if it is, it's so light. It doesn't, doesn't push us in the darkness of our soul. And then, so a catalyst. It's funny because in my personal story and my personal experience, my catalyst actually told me he is my catalyst. If you're very observant of these connections, they tell you everything. Everything, if you're willing to listen, right? So the catalytic connection is usually a person that will actually redirect you into your focus of what it is you've defined relationships or the significant other as. So catalysts usually come in and surprise you into understanding or remembering that what you thought you were looking for is different. So it catalyzes it. Actually, that connection prepares for the twin flame connection. It's catalytic in the sense that it gives you information about both the positive and negative aspects of the twin flame. The positive being maybe age or looks or, lifestyle, and the negative being some attributes that you would never tolerate in any connection. Never. And when I mean never, never. So the catalyst kind of holds those traits, and of course, when we come into connection with a catalyst relationship and a catalyst soulmate, I would call that person. For the negative traits, we may break up the connection. Again, there's growth through this, and after the growth, again, the connection is done. So with both the karmic and the catalyst connection, the connections are so intense, both. And they will be outgrown once we step into our heart and surrender. So we heal our inner child, we heal our wounding. Whether we are healing the wounding, we will see those connections drop. We're not interested. Whether we open up our heart, then, the more intense the connection, the more it will drop the connection. We won't be attracted to these people anymore, as we have served our purpose for one another through this growth process. Now, so that's what a karmic and that's what a catalyst are here to do. The soulmate is there to support, nurture, be a friend, a good friend, a beautiful hug, somebody holding your hand. That's more of the soulmate. Now let's go to the twin flame. Okay, so the twin flame. The twin flame, its purpose is here to reignite. And of course, the spiritual awakening is also on an individual level. We don't open up our third eyes, connect with the universe, because if we've started in spirituality from before, from a catalyst or a karmic connection, we have not fully awakened in our 3D, which means spirituality that is mature is the grounded one, the one that actually transmutes matter as well. And when I mean matter, I mean personality traits, physical expressions like our bodies, our health, the material world, people around us. They shift. The grounding of the expansion from the inner world and being grounded on our outer world is spiritual maturity. So, with a twin flame connection, there is no such sphere as there is with the karmic and catalyst relationship, or soulmate for that matter, because we have an equal. It's like running at the same speed, okay? Whereas with the other connections, deep down, there is a very deep sense of knowing that once we move on, they won't be there. This is one, but this sphere may be in the twin flame connection. However, if it is there, then our soul's desire of growth and love, to become love, will push us into the direction of growth, whether we want to cling or not. And from then onwards, we will be able to see if we still feel connected with this person, if they are really our twin flames. Because in the growth process, we always are connected with our twin flame. And the more we grow, the more our connection is clarified. It just is more there. It was there before, but it's just something that we have surrendered to without trying to fight the connection. So, growth is number 1. 2, when we reach points of nirvana or blissfulness or peace, we usually, for the other connections, don't find them there. Or the 5D, when we've accessed the 5D. Whereas when we merge into the version, or more expansive version of who we are, by heart-opening experiences, by surrendering, which is actually becoming love, right? That's what surrendering is. By meditation or anything for that matter, when we are in that state of being whole, we are connected with our twin flame. That's how we know that this is our twin flame. Now, something else. When we meet our karmic or catalyst connection, there is no real calmness inside. It's something else. So if we're very observant and honest, it's scary to be. I understand. It's very scary because the most scariest thing is to actually dissolve our fantasy, our illusion. That's the scariest thing for the ego, right? But I know you're courageous souls. No matter what stage you are at, no matter which connection you are with right now or not, you're more courageous than you know it. So, there is this sense of, slight stress, slight something when we first meet in the physical. So with a karmic, it could feel like returning home if there is a lot of codependence and enmeshment. But the home of familiarity, which is probably the home that we were born in the 3D reality. What feels familiar, we use that expression, feeling like home. But the real home comes when we meet our twin flame. And that's not the home of who our parents or brothers or siblings or grandparents were. It's who we are to the core of our soul, of our heart, what we are. That's the real home. The moment we meet our twin flame, we feel like we've connected to our authentic and with integrity self, full blessed version. And it is a deep connection. I personally experienced it as a surrender. Right away, all my cells in my body just surrendered. And there was no thought. The divine feminine from within was just ignited. But my personal story is not the rule or what is the only way of meeting with your twin flame. I would love for you to share what kind of connections you have bumped into, you are in now, or you think you are in, because we never really know, do we? We never really know until after the fact that we've connected, or after the fact that we've separated. There's kind of a latency there, lag time, that is really required. So karmic, intense, catalyst, intense, twin flame, intense, and there is just more natural empathy and compassion. Not that there's not superego, of course there is, and super fear, of course. But that sense of, for some peculiar reason, believing that the other person we don't know very well just loves us so much and unconditionally doesn't even make sense for our mind. So those moments are so vivid, and we feel them, we experience them. And then there's moments of doubt that we believe, yet then why aren't we in union? So if you would like to know more about this, you would want to listen to the audio of Twin Flames, the runner and chaser dynamic. That the runner is within the chaser and vice versa. It would be interesting for you to listen to if you feel that this resonates with you. So that is all I had to share for today, and I wish you a beautiful, beautiful inner union for you, yourself, your outer relationships, no matter what label they have, and our world. Bye now. If you would like to find us elsewhere as well, make sure to subscribe, like, comment below, and follow us on social media. All the links are in the description box below. And here is where you will also find our free audiobook of our technique. Make sure to download it and tell us what you think and feel. We so appreciate your feedback. If you are interested in game shops, do let us know by choosing your game. We will be constantly updating our links in our description boxes in all our audios. And if you are interested in a one-to-one setting, do reach out. We will be happy to invest our time in you and make sure this is a win-win outcome. For anything else, you know where to find us now. Thank you for your time. I wish us all love.